You
have a good job, and then you wake up one day and you're like, okay, I have these things, I've met these people, I'm inspired, I'm quitting. Where did you get the courage?
When you show me that you're in power and you're trying to use your power, we are not reasoning together, then I'm working in a wrong place. The child says, I want teacher Joyce, she will help me. So whichever teacher you recommend, this child takes on that teacher. So for me, I reached a point and just felt like with all the skills I have, I could start something out of this. Because I felt like I was not utilized fully.
Enough.
Yeah, it's like church. You don't ask for this audience. It comes to you. The teachers are broke.
That needs to change.
I think it's a mind that is broke. For me, it's of how do I utilize my time in a smart way.
When people think about teaching, they only think about one path. What's that path? Graduate, go teach, probably become a head teacher or become a director, and that's it. But what if we could think about the journey of teaching in a different way? What if the skills that we learn as we teach can actually be used to take us on a different path? Today, we're going to have a conversation about someone who took the courage to step out of the classroom and think about teaching differently outside of the classroom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Teacher Podcast, a space where we get to amplify the journeys, the stories, the ideas of educators who are shaping learning on a daily basis. As I always love to say, the purpose of this space is so we can motivate, we can inspire, and we can equip teachers to thrive and not just survive in this profession. I'm Teacher Flavia, your host. I'm a teacher by profession. I'm a teacher trainer, and I'm extremely passionate about the teaching profession. Today on set, we have an amazing educator. And again, allow me pull up her profile and tell you a little more about her. So joining us today is none other than Joyce Nimpamya, an educator with more than 10 years of experience teaching in both traditional and international schools. After years in the classroom, Joyce made a decision that many people consider risky. She left formal employment not to start a school, but to build Chaim Learning Hub, a personalized learning center that brings education closer to children through home-based and individualized learning. 3 years in, she continues to grow this vision, helping learners thrive while creating new opportunities for teachers to use their gifts beyond the traditional classroom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, Joyce. Joyce? You are so welcome. You can say
Thank
hello
you.
to our
Thank you.
viewers.
Hello, viewers. It's good to be here on the Teacher Podcast. I am delighted. Thank you for the invite.
Yes.
And for the thought.
Mm.
Yes.
Awesome, Joyce. We are going to get straight into the conversation.
That's okay.
Yeah. So long before Chaim Learning Hub started, you were in the classroom and you're observing certain things within the classroom.
Yeah.
Was there a specific challenge that you observed that made you think, you know what, I need to do something about this challenge?
So maybe fast forward as an individual.
Yes.
I think you keep discovering yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then while in school, personally, I felt I was a child that was never understood in the classroom, or why the teachers would walk in and tell you, all noisemakers get out to the tarmac, lie down. Those are 22 girls, no?
Yeah.
So we're always on the tarmac during prep time, and then you're caned innocently, maybe, or you're not even innocent, or genuinely you're making noise.
Yeah.
So one of those days I tell my teacher, I said, but before you cane me, I need to tell you why I was talking. So this teacher is always sending us notes to copy, and I mean, I need something. So I made my decision to become a teacher, I think then, or along the way, as maybe we're in Essex back and whatnot, why do education? So it started then. I looked back and how I was treated and all this. But if you ask me what I wanted to be, maybe something else. So
Mm.
why? You might have to read me that question.
Yeah. Was there a particular challenge?
A particular challenge.
Mm.
So the challenge was the routine. The routine of come to school, assembly, dinner time, do this, do that, subject after subject, the whole schedule, which is good. But then at the same time, you leave the class after 1 hour, you're like, there's that child I didn't reach out to. So how about I make time for them?
Mm.
And then you cannot pull them out from the activities that they do enjoy. If they're going for swimming, maybe they're going for sports like football or so. So I would go back home with that bit of, I'm not satisfied. How do I help? And then you don't want to pile the child with homework and all these other things. So I wondered, how about it is planned learning? Like I get your challenges, then I schedule them according to what you need exactly. Yes.
Amazing. As you speak of that, I'm curious. Would you be open to share like a specific example, maybe a specific child or a family or that really pushed you to this edge of now I need to do it?
I really like to respect my students.
You don't have to give a name, but you can give them a
and their lives. But I think one child I can pick on. One, she was in school, in a proper setup of a school. And then she had challenges with spellings, reading, and all that. But she was continuing to be promoted to the different classes. And so when I visited, we get to interact with the parents and whatnot. So I figure out what her issue would be and everything. And so she was not being helped according to what she wanted. So we started from that. I crafted something for her and we built on it. Then I recommended a school for her to go to, and they put her in the school and she flourished. And
she thrived.
And as we speak now, she actually just set her checkpoints, which is really, really nice. So, but also along the way, maybe the other example I could give, one particular child, she was now transitioning also from UNEB going to Cambridge. But that's because of the circumstances. And I think it's something I still grieve on up to now because she passed away.
Oh dear.
So she had her own, the health issues and whatnot. So the parents reached out to me and then I get to interact with her. I bring in the different teachers to teach her. And she was picking up. For her, she felt her dreams and aspirations had come to an end because of her health. And so as we met her at home on her sick bed and whatnot, and because she was really passionate about school and learning, and you would see. But then also in the moment, it taught me as a teacher, not that I didn't know, but in the moment, it was of, you don't necessarily come in to teach. There's a part you reach as an individual compared to the whole big classroom. So if I reached out to this child at an individual basis, you dive into counseling, because these children get to trust you with so many things that even parents never get to know. And then you have to find a way to strike a balance and also involve the parent, because it's a triangle to teach. So you have a child, you have a parent, like you have to keep that trust. You don't want to break it because there's that part you have to reach. So for me, reaching out to that child and teaching her from home, and honestly, I'm sure she rests with this whole thing of someone reached out to me.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was a touching one. So would you say Chaim was born out of frustration, conviction, passion? What?
Conviction and passion.
Conviction and passion.
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. So after I'd gone back to school for my second degree, I think I reached that point. I said, with all these skills I have acquired, I don't think now I am more of a classroom. What could be the problem? How do I solve the problem within the education of the things that I struggled with? You know, it's sometimes it's very humbling to hear a child say, it's Teacher Joyce who can help me. Mommy, call Teacher Joyce. I am not a math teacher. I am not a science teacher. I am a teacher of English or language arts. And the child says, I want Teacher Joyce. She will help me. So whichever teacher you recommend, this child takes on that teacher. So for me, I reached a point and just felt like with all the skills I have, I could start something out of this. And so that's how I started. So it wasn't out of frustration. Maybe you could say boredom, because I felt like I was not utilized fully.
Enough.
Yeah. So that's how it all started. Yeah.
Because now I really wanted to look at my next area. I wanted to look at how you seeing yourself different gave you permission to be able to start, but you've kind of like touched a little bit on it by telling us what happened. But for many teachers, they feel stuck in there. What mindset shift would they need to have for them to have the permission to step out of what they could be doing into solving a problem that they are seeing or experiencing on a daily basis?
I think as a teacher, one, you need to know what you want. Two, how to deliver it, and then the audience that you want to reach out to. I think for me, that's what speaks out. Like you identify, what do I want? Where are my specialties? How far do I want to go? Or what can give me the platform to push all these things? So God has given you your hands, the brains, the what, everything. Like you have all that it takes to make a difference. So for me, fast forward, being in one place in the whole routine, not even 8 teachers reach at school like 6.
Yes.
So if I'm at school, say 6:30, and then students, of course, are being dropped by their parents and whatnot, who are also rushing to work.
Yeah.
And then, boom, I'm finishing. I have to leave school until the last person has left. The last child. Then for me, I'm like, my time here is not, I can't keep like this. How about I meet that one child, make a difference, meet another, make a difference, meet another, make a difference, like that. So for me, it's of how do I utilize my time in a smart way. Yeah. So for teachers to change that. And then also at the same time, how do I make more money? Because I'm sorry, it has to come.
Yes, ma'am. That one is a very important one.
I mean, you compared to the work that the teacher does and the amount of money being paid to them, in all honesty, I feel there is some less value given to us, So it's okay, let me meet that one child and get my car 70,000 and move on to another. So if I'm doing a 6 a.m. to... So if I'm getting to school at 6 a.m., what time did I leave my place?
Yeah.
So if you are a mother or a father, did you attend to your family roles? Did you even drop your children? And then I have had colleagues who teach in posh schools but can't afford to take their own children in those posh schools. So for me, I'm always disturbed. I'm like, find another way, make an alternative. And then it doesn't help when you surround yourself with a number of people who challenge you. You can do this, you can do this. I have a brother who says, street money is sweet. You need to go. Think outside the box, minus the 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. routine. What can you do? So for me, I think that was my deal breaker. Like, you know what? No, it's okay. I need to move. Because after all, here, I'm not making much difference. Yeah.
Much difference and much money.
So mind shift. That's it. Because compared to I don't know if you've seen that meme, the things that you need.
Yes.
Your needs compared to the money you're being paid.
Yes.
So you're always there. Much as money is not the end.
I hear you.
Well, for me, the motivation is of, have I made a difference? For me, that is always a motivation. But I mean, a happy teacher, happy learner.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Teacher Joyce. Now, tell us a little more about Chaim Learning Hub. What's this thing? What's the vision behind it? What does it achieve? How does it work?
So one, Chaim is a Hebrew word that means life. So Learning Hub, which is still challenged to be a learning hub, it's more or less collecting different learners in a learning space and whatnot. Maybe it is also still a dream in there that a space will be acquired. But also it's more or less to bring the education to your doorstep, putting life to that education, to the learning, making it a happy place. How about I find you in your happy place
and teach you from
there? So for me, yes, the end goal would be having that whole hub and everything, but let's find you in your happy place, make it happy for you. You know how you walk in a room, it's so decorative and it has everything, but you're in your happy, relaxed place and you are learning at the same time. So for me, that's what I was looking at, bringing it to your doorstep. And so when you put all these things and then parents are telling you, Monday to Saturday, I am dropping children to school. How about I don't have to worry about dropping and picking and maybe the daycare and whatnot. Can you come home? I'm like, okay, let's bring it to your doorstep. So yeah.
That's what Chaim is.
Yes.
Chaim is doing.
Yes.
What were some of the very first practical steps you took as you were building this?
Chaim. So I'm a kind that flourishes on accountability. And sometimes I'll prefer someone giving it to me straight. So one of those aunties, prosperous coach, Auntie Jackie, so she sits with me and she tells me, Madam, I think you can do this and this and this. Find Teacher Stella and talk to her. The math, what's her name? Math, what?
Captain
Miss Math. So I meet her. I think they're in BNI. So we meet, we get to interact. And then Stella takes me through the things I needed to do. So one of the things that I had to do was to register with URSB, reserve the name and all these other things. Then I identified a few teachers that were already doing it on a low scale, like low-key doing the private tutoring with the other different teachers, interacted with them, shared the ideas with them, and they're on. So if you have the learners for different subjects, please hook me up. And actually from Jackie's point of view was of when a parent needs a math tutor, they definitely need an English tutor. So please, a tutor for English. Anyways.
Yeah.
So please hook up with Stella and figure out things.
How to make it work.
So as we interacted, we realized that most parents, they need you for different things. Some don't understand what is this whole Cambridge things. I mean, this Uganda these days is all tinted with international schools. What's up? As in, how does it
tinted.
go? Why Cambridge? Why not SCE? Why this? Why Pearson? Or why IDXL? What's that? Like, so
break it down.
Sometimes we break it down for them and then they transition, and just for our children to fit in and not get the shock of their life when they move into these other things. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think as you were sharing, some of the first steps included you being able to reserve a name, register, and make sure that, okay, now I have this name, I have this registered, I've identified a few teachers, and then you were able to start.
But also just to say, there's also space. Like if someone wanted to drop somebody, a child there and whatnot, there is space for them to come and be dropped and do that class.
So you were able to acquire space for that?
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. Now, I'm thinking about the fact that required for you to now have to work with other teachers. What needed to change or shift from you being an individual teacher doing your thing to now having to work with other people in a team that you almost lead or manage?
Sometimes you can't work alone.
No, you can't.
You need some people to keep you in check also in life. But also they teach different subjects, which they're not my strength. So I am a person of quality, standard. So I will not claim that I will come and teach math the 3D shapes, I don't know what, then biology, science, I don't know chemistry and all these things. No. However, I will take through the parent and tell them, or the child, say these subjects give as they are learning from primary, as they go to secondary, they change. However, as they change, then you need a specialized person to handle these things. So that's what informed me involving other people to work with me.
And how has it been working or managing them? Because people are people.
No, it's such a...
It's easy.
It's very easy. Like I said, the course I did informed what I am doing. So thanks to Uganda Management Institute.
So you picked certain skills.
There are certain skills that I picked from there. And then also, I think while I was doing that course, I was very intentional. I surrounded myself with people who are in leadership places that also own schools. So I would pick up different skills from them and how to go about. I still consult them. And then also these other guys that I'm working with are also leaders elsewhere. So I learn one or two things from them. But then also we agree how much should they pay? Because normally I think it's the finances that bring the issues especially. So with the knowledge from school and then the different leaders and whatnot, then we have a way we do it. So this is how much for each subject. So the parent sorts them separately from me. From you. So if they are to sort me, then we give each other commission. I mean, you brought in that deal. Yeah, it is. Then so like I said, street money. So you have to learn the street skills also. I mean, commission. Yeah.
I hear you.
So that's what has made it easy. But also we work together as a team. This is what this child needs. We sit and scheme and plan, by the way, before we walk into these rooms.
Even we assess for an individual child.
Yes, every individual child, we do that for them.
Oh, wow.
This is what this child knows. This is what they don't know. This is how far they are needed, especially those that are transitioning. Okay, so you're saying you're in year 7. Year 7 is an equivalent of like senior 1. So, okay, fine. So this is what they don't know. This is what they know. But according to the papers that we have used, the checkpoint papers or the Cambridge papers, assessment papers that are on the hub, and we're able to access these hubs also, which we pay for, by the way. Maybe that could be part of the things. What did you have to do? So acquire such, or get into their hubs and get to know what I'm supposed to do. How am I supposed to go about it? What should a child know? So we scheme according to the individual's needs, each learner's needs. So we might be in a home. Like recently, I met 2 siblings, 2 classes, 1 class apart from each other. One is in year 10, going to year 10, another is going to year 11. Their needs, they seem similar, but also their learning abilities are different. So I have had to plan and scheme for them according to what they need. Individually, because there's a whole huge difference between year 10 and year 11. So,
oh, wow. Amazing.
So even the mode of delivering is different. And the parent is asking me, so are you going to mix them in the same class? And I'm like, no. They will learn differently because the year 11, what the year 11 needs is not what the year, because year 11 is a candidate class. Year 10 is a semi-candidate class. So the needs are different. The amount of pressure I'll put on this one is not the same amount of pressure I'll put. But again, I want to see their social skills. So I made it clear to them. At some point, I'll require you to sit in the same classroom to just see.
How are you interacting with each other?
I want to see. And normally, we the girls tend to dominate the boys. I don't know why. And then the boys are struggling with the ego thing. So I want to see, is the girl also able to respect that this is the guy, the male figure and whatnot. So there are those other skills we have to put in. I mean, based on what the Bible also teaches us, because at the same time we incorporate in these things. So that's what we use as maybe the disciplining measure. So don't think in the private tutor we don't also discipline. We discipline, please.
A little bit, a bit.
Not a bit, we do.
Before we get into discipline, I want to take you back a little bit. You're teaching properly. You have a good job, and then you wake up one day and you're like, okay, I have these things, I've made these people, I'm inspired, I'm quitting. Where did you get the courage? How
I don't know if I'm at liberty to share this, but the last place that I was at, I think they brought in a supervisor, someone from out to train us and whatnot. He was doing well. But also I think school owners need to be very sensitive to things like, what does Joyce need? What skills does she need? What does she have that she needs to grow? You know? For example, I was telling a colleague, you can't put me in a training of lesson planning. Like, I don't need that right now, honestly. Kale, put me in financial management. I will understand. Why am I overspending here and whatnot? So
you are all required to do the same trainings.
That's true. But then at the same time, that's not what I need. I'll be bored. You leave me out. Which comes back to the classroom. Know your learners. So the guy is training us, he's doing these things. He tells us, I need all your schemes for the whole entire term. I need your lesson plans and lesson notes for each lesson that you're planned for. So I sit on my laptop, I do. So on the D-Day, we come for a meeting, we have submitted and all these other things and submitted. And he says, this is good. So we sit in a meeting to start off that term. Like we're starting, I think, like the following week or so. And he says, you know what? Much as you've planned and done all these things, you go to the administrator. She's going to give each one of you a counter book. You copy these things in there. So every Friday, you leave something for me that you're going to teach for the following week. So I put up my hand and said, isn't that double work? Like, we have these things typed on the laptop. Like, I said I want them copied in a notebook. So I told him, what happened to the ICT integration in our learning based on the age and era that we are in? What's up? And he's like, I have said what I want. Go pick the book and do that. And so for me, when you show me that you're in power and you're trying to use your power, we are not reasoning together. I think my response, I just sat down quietly and said,
that's it.
No, I just said I actually said it out loud. I said, then I'm working in a wrong place. I mean, I've spent sleepless nights and times. I've planned for like, I'm excited to go to the classroom. You've even been tough on me. Like, I'd never thought about it, to plan and make these notes for everything, which have actually helped me now. Wherever I go, like, you find a child and say, Miss, what are the types of pronouns? And then I type in my computer, boom, they pop up. They are there in my Google Drive, like it's there. And one of them, I remember, I said, but Miss, is there anything you don't know? You're always prepared. but you see, it's also helped from the other individual. Not that I didn't know, but preparing and having these notes helped. But then at the same time, you telling me to copy them down.
Again, was not.
That was not. And so as luck would have it, had a health challenge, then pulled out of it. And while I'm there and someone is calling me, you've not been at work for a whole week. I said, oh, wow. Did you actually check on me to find out what's wrong with me? So for me, that.
So it was more like like a leadership something.
No, I think for me, it was timely. Madam, get out.
Get out of this place.
And I remember actually when I went back and I was telling teacher Stella, I said, what are you waiting for? I was like, can you imagine? I told them I'm actually not well. Wrote a whole email informing the HR, which my sister actually did on my behalf. And here they are calling me saying,
1 week you're not here.
You've not been here for a whole week. I said,
it's okay.
Even after telling you, my sister informing you, that should have been more alarming and say, okay, if our sister can do, then what's up? Can we visit? Can we check on her? I just feel like I was in a toxic place.
So you were like, that's it.
It's okay. So, after all, even this side, it's more rewarding.
So in that circumstance, you moved out.
I did.
You did not even.
But again,
look back.
I shared. Like I said, I flourish with accountability.
Yes.
Talked to my mentor, told them what I was going to do. Thank you, Auntie Pam. Talked to Auntie Jackie and all these people. Like, I'm good with accountability. Like, I want someone to hold me accountable. Months later, you set out to do this. How far are you
gone?
Where are we at? Yeah.
Okay. So now you have that circumstance, you start this. Has it been rosy? Have you had...
No.
Have you...
Please.
Have there been circumstances where you questioned whether you took the right decision to start this?
So much.
Can you share some of those with us?
There are parents you have taken on and they don't pay in time. And you have needs, you have rent, you have people are getting married, you have to contribute for their functions, but you cannot because
they've not paid.
They've not paid. And you have colleagues that you've dragged into this. Yeah.
How?
So, but because you've dealt with them individually, I make it very clear to the parent and say, so this teacher is also coming in. This is how much you're paying per subject. So this is it. So we clear on the payment. It's not on me entirely. So that's how I keep myself safe. Like I protect myself. But then at the same time, there are times when someone tells you, Joyce, I'm going, but I need fuel. And then you have to sacrifice and touch in your pocket and give. They're like, why you sponsor me? Then we shall figure it out. When they make the payment, I reimburse your money. So you do. So there was that one parent. I said, oh, no. We had to put our feet down. I didn't even explain myself because we had pulled ropes and ropes and ropes. And sometimes you find it's one parent doing it. The other is not in the know. Especially the mothers. So then you keep there. I think that has also been the struggle. Maybe sometimes you're struggling to know at what point do I put my foot down and say, I need my money. No, as in I need both parents involved in this. Yeah. So that also can be a challenge.
But now if they will refuse to pay, what do you do?
You count your losses like any business. We have counted our losses, picked up, and we move on.
So how do you safeguard from that happening in the future?
So now what we've done, some of them, we have had to have them sign contracts. Yeah, I've drafted a whole thing with the lawyers and whatnot. So they have had to sign. There's a whole payment thing, pay in the bank, pay before we start, something like that. And it has worked. I haven't had those issues again. Those were mainly in the first year. And then also, I had to take a business course. Yes, I had to take a business course with a prosperous coach again, and which helped a lot in informing me also to understand business, because now after the summer break, that is September, October, business is so low. I didn't know that business can be low. So I had to understand in my business, what are the pick-up seasons? What are the low seasons? So having understood all those, then I picked up properly and now I know.
Can you imagine?
To balance. Like I didn't have that knowledge. If I had not done that course, I didn't know. So I remember I said, you need to understand your business. When are the pick-up seasons? When are the low seasons? So if you're selling school bags, when is the pick-up season? When is the low season? You're saying you're private tutor, when is your pick-up season? So my pick-up season is during the holidays.
And so during that term, it's a bit
low because not all parents have embraced the homeschooling. Yes. Or the private tutoring. Yeah. They will tell you, I want my child to, but maybe let's see the holiday. Now people are like, the child comes back home tired, what? Maybe weekend. So you can't sign up like 10 students on a weekend. How much time will you give each child? And then you have to move up and about. You can't tell them drop their children. They're telling you, I've been doing that the whole week. What do I do?
You need to come.
Yes. So we've had to balance to know the pickup seasons when they're about to do their exams and whatnot. So it has helped me plan my finances like that. Yeah.
My goodness.
You have to invest in yourself.
Oh, wow.
You have to.
So if I'm a teacher and I'm thinking of a business, I need to also consider taking on a business course.
Yes.
Because it kind of like helps.
Yeah.
A lot.
But also to have mentors, I think they help a lot. Someone to walk with you and hold you accountable. I have a brother who keeps telling me, when I see you home, it's okay. I know you know what you're doing. I'm like, why? You don't bother me. It's okay. I know when you wake up and you do your things. So I know there is a reason. That's why you're not just seated idle.
Yeah.
So which keeps me going.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Even
So-
people around you to believe in what you are doing.
Because that was going to be my question. Are there people who believed in you even when they did not exactly understand what you were doing?
So much, Mr. and Mrs. Ravindia, my parents, they did. They still do. They're like, oh, my girl, keep growing. I don't think I get you, but
You keep on.
yeah, keep going. My siblings and whatnot. Because for them, they believe, I said, aren't you in school?
What are you
Okay.
doing?
Are you sure you're making money? I'm like, but I haven't come back begging. So we are okay.
And they just let you be.
No, I've actually seen some of them venture into business because I think, maybe that step.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So it seems to be really important, the people that are surrounding you, if you are starting an initiative.
Yeah, you don't need really, you just have to, and you shouldn't get tired in explaining, and you should, it starts with you. Believe in what you're doing and then do. There are those that I have nagged. Like nieces and nephews, and I'm telling my siblings, I'm like, no, this one needs help here. They need help here. Just give me one day or so. Like, okay, now I believe in what you're doing. Let me pay you money. And you come and keep doing. Okay, now what do I do? So it's from them that refer you to other people. So which has helped in that regard. Yes.
I hear you. Now, even me as I'm here, I'm learning. I'm thinking to myself, whoever thought that
you would be a mobile teacher.
that you would be a mobile teacher, that you don't have to be in the classroom to teach.
Tiring. I think it comes on a silver plate.
I guess you just choose your hustle, because even the 6 to 5, as you have described, it has its own, so you just choose which one. Yes. Are there any misconceptions that you have dealt with when people hear private tutoring and they're thinking something else? Or there hasn't been any such?
I don't know. I feel like I've surrounded myself with people who have understood. I don't know if it's good to share here, but I've had that one individual who was trying to, sweet talk me. And then when they asked what I do, I think that was a turn off for them. Like, what is that you're doing? She's not employed, I might have said, I don't need someone in my life who does not believe in what I am doing.
So it didn't sound like it was employment.
No, they didn't sound like I was working. They said, this one just stays home. They're not working.
Oh, wow.
And I said, no, I have a vision. I have a mission. No way.
I'm going to teach children.
Like this is what I'm doing, by the way. So you is just trying to come in my life and you're telling me these things, it's okay. Stay there. Yeah. So anyways, the feeling of school is only school. Education is only found at school.
At school.
Yeah, but we keep learning every day, anywhere, anytime.
We need to actually challenge that.
Yeah.
I think if this is something that's going to be taken on by very many teachers, the parents might also need to have a different understanding.
There are some we have encountered that don't know.
Yeah.
And then you have to take them through and they pick it up. There are some, as you will see, maybe in the things that I've shared with you, you will see that the photos and whatnot. Some parents have come back and say, my child got better grades because you started handling them. There's some bit of understanding that you give them that they don't maybe get in a school. So from that, you find you've had to interact with several of them and you have to explain to them what happens, how they go. Some it's just because they're not informed. I mean, I'm a product of UNEP. That's what I know.
That's what I know.
Yes.
But now, I'm curious. Are there specific children? A certain kind of...
Not at all.
Are there certain children that need to be homeschooled? Like, what would I consider if I wanted to go the homeschooling route? Now I'm asking as a parent. I'm not even asking.
Maybe if I share one parent's experience who completely chose all her 4 children to do homeschooling. I think for her, what happened was she looked at the amount of money she was paying, the hassle of pick and drop, pack a snack and whatnot. I think she converted all that and said, I'd rather be homeschooling instead of doing all this home pick, drop, take to school. And then at the same time, I have to get a tutor to help my child after school or on the weekend. So how about I get a tutor
to do the whole thing?
Then this amount of money I'm putting in to do all these things, I give it to the tutors.
So when she did the math,
when she added up the math and the husband, the math was adding more this side. Like I'll get value this side compared to the classroom, whereby they are more than what? Cambridge recommends not more than 25. So let's say they're like 15 in a classroom. So I've not helped. I've interacted with a child who loved literature so much. She graduated recently. She's joining university. And she really loved literature. But her best mark was D, E. Those were her scores. And so Cambridge, as it looks out for the best in every individual. So normally when you're reporting about a child, they ask so for you, what have you done as a teacher? How have you helped the child as you?
Yeah.
Before you report. So this child loved the subject. She enjoyed it. But then reading a novel was not her thing. Like, why we just read? Why don't we just interact and argue, discuss things? And so I went and met her, said, and the parent told her, this is your last triumph before we drop this subject, because, and so we started. I got her the audiobooks, which Cambridge gives, by the way. We got the audiobooks. And at the end of it all, she had done A.
Oh, wow. So someone just needed to.
She just needed someone who understands her, how she operates. So I asked her, what do you do when the teacher is in class teaching? I do my own things. I listen. That teacher is not helping me at all. You help me more. I need you than the teacher. I said, okay. But I'm also a teacher. I said, hey, I need you, not the other one. So she would go, yes, to school, attend and whatnot, and then come this side.
And then you'd give that need.
That extra.
So now, Teacher Joyce, still educate me. I am a parent and I am afraid.
Like you're doing research on me, but carry on. I'm paid for.
I am here thinking to myself, at the end of the day, I want my child, whether studying from home or school, to be able to acquire a document. Now,
that's a good question.
They need to be able to have something to show that they have passed. But now they are studying from home. How are they? Maybe my question should be, are you able
to
prepare them for the exam? Are you able to examine them? Would they be able to still get a paper even when taught from home?
Yes.
How?
They'd be able to. One, don't think that these things, like I said, they are schemed according to individuals, but also based on what the Cambridge content and everything outline is that they have put out there for us. Yeah? So Cambridge sets out the things. They're out there for you. You're able to download. A child knows what they're studying and where they're expected to be and all these other things. Even a parent, this information is available. So time to sit for exams as I prepare for them, they're supposed to register with Cambridge with British Council on behalf of Cambridge. Yeah? So British Council represents Cambridge here.
So they can register as individual students?
Yes and no.
Okay.
That's what I would say. So it becomes cheaper when a child is registered under a school. So most of these schools are available, and British Council recommends them. They'll tell you, go to this school, register, informs the school. Because for each of these papers that are being done, they are paid for still, like NEB, how we pay for exams, they're also paid for individually.
So at the time of doing exams, the child
registered them. We have a relationship with these schools.
So they go Chaim, you have a relationship with schools.
Yes.
So the parent can be comfortable.
Yes.
That even as you're teaching, the child will still be able to sit the exams.
Yes, they'll sit for the exams and then they will have that certificate. Yes.
Okay. You mentioned before we got on here about something to do with transition from one curriculum to another. How do you do that preparation? If I'm now here, I am My children are doing UNEB. Now I want them to do.
So normally now we are in summer break, for example.
Now summer break in Uganda. I always struggle. But yes, like you said, international schools are
They're on
everywhere.
summer break.
So now,
So I will use the language that I understand best. I'm very sorry. So we encourage that during the summer break, after they've done, we can start preparing them for that assessment. Like what is expected of you as a child, depending on the class that you're going for, because that's what they would do. Like you won't be, for example, 15 years of age and then they take you like to year 7. No. So we have to do that catch-up plan based on what is expected of you to know before you enter into those classes. Otherwise, the children will be bombarded they will feel like this school is not the best place or my parents made the wrong choice for me. So we do the catch-up plan for them based on what is expected of them by Cambridge. And then we teach them and prepare them so that they are familiar with this content once they get there. Yes.
Oh, wow. For the parents out there, you no longer have an excuse. We have teachers who are actually
you have to prepare and
preparing
just
the
someone
learners
to understand the learner better. It helps a lot.
Oh wow. I still have so many I feel like I still have so many questions. So now are you paid termly? Are you paid session wise? Are you paid monthly?
Now that's a conversation that we have with every individual. Because if you stay really a few blocks away from where I live, I don't see why I should charge like someone who stays, say, in Globa.
Yeah.
And I'm coming all the way. So it also depends how long someone wants you to teach that child. So if they want you entirely too, then we would craft all that into a round figure for that term. Yes. But most of the times it is per session, which session ranges depending on the age of a child, 45 minutes to 1.5 or 2 hours.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm looking at you as a teacher and I am very inspired. Inspired to...
I am glad to
step out of my confines and explore
we
something.
can be too comfortable and end up being vegetables.
Yeah.
Sorry for using the word, but
I hear you. I hear you. So I'm a teacher listening to you. I am very inspired.
You need to keep on your toes.
Because that was going to be what mind shift do I need to have to get to a place where you are? Because there are so many who are in your same state and they're saying, man, I am tired.
What's your purpose?
Tell me more.
Like, what's your purpose? What do you stand for? What do you want to see? You see, in education, it's like church. You don't ask for this audience. It comes to you. The question is, how are you delivering what you ought to deliver? Are you changing a life? Are you imparting a life? I think for me, that is when you know what you ought to do. So if I wake up in the morning and I know, okay, I am heading out there, I am going to teach Flavia. How do I leave Flavia wanting to come back to Teacher Joyce or looking forward to the next class of Teacher Joyce? I think so for me, that is you knowing what you need to do. Or okay, what's your purpose? What difference do you want to make in the education system? Do you want to be like that teacher that taught you then in school who came, you're all making noise, get out? Or I'll go with those who are going. You know, we had those teachers in school.
Yes, we did.
If you're here to learn, you're here to learn. Pull out your books. And you're like, okay, this man doesn't care
about me at all.
About me. So it goes beyond knowing, like, why did you in the first place do education? Not even that. Why did you take another step to step in the classroom and teach? So do I walk with my head up high knowing that I have made a difference every day in this audience that chose me? That I did not choose it. It chose you. It took a chance on you. So what are you doing about it? Are you going to excite or you're going to impart and make that difference?
The choice of words, because you're a teacher of English.
I am sorry. I can simplify them further. I don't know how
Are you
best
going
to
to
do it.
impart or are you going to excite?
Oh, are you going to destroy? Actually, it's say, recently I was telling someone, a teacher destroys or creates.
Mm. Mm.
You will either make that child look forward to learning or not so.
I hear you.
You look around in your classroom. There are those students who never wanted to come to your class at all. When I was starting to teach, I met a child that every teacher feared in a school. Not that the child was bad, but because his parent, first he was a son of a prominent man, prominent, as in prominent of VVVIP. And then the mother was the quarrelsome type, like would rubbish and remind the teachers how she's also a teacher. So she doesn't see why her son should perform the way she is performing. Why isn't he getting 90% and whatnot? So every teacher didn't want to meet the parent on VD. They ran away. And here I am, venturing into education, doing school practice. And I remember one teacher, either he was sending me into the pool, I don't know the deep end of the pool, but he said, I think Teacher Joyce will help you. So, and up to that, I still work with him. We discuss, we talk. And every time he's telling me, you don't know how much you've helped me.
What did you do different?
I just got to understand who he is. Why? So why does your mother behave the way she behaves? Why is everyone running away from her? This can cause, and like, I know it has made most teachers fail to help me because of her. So I had to get to understand him. And you realize there were issues at home, actually, that now they were being put on him. And hence the whole staff is affected. And we had to go break down things. How do we work smart? How do we go about this? What subjects are you struggling with? To things like draw a personal timetable. At that, I call it tender. At that point, he was in senior 2, and we had to go step by step. And every time like would meet as he was joining university, this is what I intend to do. How do I go about it? And said, where are your strengths? Where do you see yourself? What do you want to do? And that helped him a lot. And he did his biochemical
something
in whatever at university, and he's doing very well right now. He's doing very, very, very well. Now we'll meet over a cup of tea, and I'm like, okay, sponsor me, the one that I've been teaching. And he's like, so now it's off. Do I call you Madam Joyce? What do I say? And I'm like, maybe we graduate. Just call me Joyce. It's okay.
The beauty of teaching. Yes. We are almost coming to the end of our conversation. And there's something that I've always heard teachers say. I'm just a mere teacher. What can I do? If they are to think about, I feel like I've asked it in other ways, but I'm still bringing it up again. If they are to think about creating an impact or doing something beyond the classroom, there's always I'm just a mere teacher. How can I do that? What advice would you have for them?
For starters, know yourself. I'll still insist on that. Know yourself. Trust in God. I don't even know how I can put that. Then know whom you surround yourself with. Because in society or in community, there are always those people who pull you down. Then there are those who will pull you up. So, for starters, why are you a teacher? Then in the place where you are at, what are you doing different? Or what problem are you solving? For me, that is always a question I ask myself. Why am I here? I've had some students that will struggle, but then they're also relatives. They're your cousins. They're like, okay, Then they have maybe the toughest parents. So how do I break to them? So you identify the need of a learner, of a child. I said again, know the problem that you are solving, and then do it diligently. It's in the small things that the Lord lifts you. Yeah.
So it's not in
It's not
how
magical.
much money I have or where I am placed.
No, not at all.
It's in knowing myself.
Working smart. If they have said arrive at 8, be there at 8. It's those nitty-gritties in school, that things that we fought with our teachers. Be punctual, be smart, do this.
Yeah.
And for you took them for granted. Now they're informing what you are doing. You can't keep being lousy. You have to style up. But then also what is informing? Like what beyond the classroom, beyond this learner, will they go and say, Teacher Joyce here helped me? If it hadn't been for her, I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense or if I'm helping. Because I feel when you know your purpose and everything, then you will not allow that boss suffocate you in one place or remain in that confinement. You have to get out and make a difference. Like you have to go out and solve that problem. Because I mean, when you're asking me to come for this, I sat down and said, how many children have I interacted with in the past 2 years coming? Okay, this is a third year. How many have I interacted with? I'm like, wow. And I'm going over 85 students. I'm like, for me, those 85, if they step out in the world, it's okay. Wow. You see? So those 85, those are 85 homes. Do you get what I'm saying? You. And in those 85 homes, there are like 3 or 4 children. I've had the youngest child that I do tutor is 6 years. But because she walked out to me, why are you teaching? The others are not teaching me. I said, you were like, and the parents said, but they don't teach your age. But I also have problems in English.
And that's how you started?
That's how we started.
Wow.
And I told her, okay, talk to mommy. And the mother said, go talk to Teacher Joyce. So we remained there. So we came. I said, so what are your problems? And she mentioned, I struggle with reading. I don't know when they say B and D.
She knew what her problem was.
They know. So we sat and said, but at school, they should be able to help you. Said, Mrs. Ora is busy. I said, okay.
Then you started.
We started there. And the mother said, so how won't you charge me? I told her extra 30 minutes at no cost. It doesn't hurt. It's okay. I mean, you've already encountered these other costs. So since I'm in the same place,
let me help her.
It's fine. But you see, for me, it's if I'm helping her today, tomorrow, I will be the first person she will consider.
Exactly.
You get? So that's what I'm saying. It's never about money, but where you see yourself. You have to work smart. Where do I see myself? Maybe another, and that will be the last. Recently, I've had a parent who has been hospitalized, has been hospitalized since like the year began, and the child was not okay. I think the child was struggles academically, yes, and they were about to do their exams. I said, can I just interact with him? You would have done so much, but Joyce, how much? I said, don't worry about it. That's a cost I am paying. But you see now in the summer break now, it has earned me 3 students from the same home.
Oh, wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
For me, it was never the
money.
It was about helping this learner who is about to sit their checkpoints.
And they're not studying.
No, yes, they are studying, they're in school, but there are those, that push they need, the extra push, the one they're struggling with. And here the parent is on, Joyce, you need to, maybe it was that favor that I did that has earned me.
These are the children that
after all, the Bible also says the hand that gives is the hand that received. So you have to invest so that you also
can be able to
get maybe the profits.
Oh, wow. If all teachers were to look at themselves the way that you have described, and this will be our final question, how do you think education would actually be transformed?
All over?
Let's take Uganda. And teachers saw their potential, understood who they were, and they were able to take action.
I think education would cease being a punishment. School will be a happy place. It will stop being toxic. You need the happy teacher and hence a happy learner. Yes. You just imagine you're in a classroom and a teacher identified the children's needs, the learner's needs, and he came to class to address that particular need. How far would we go? But based on the curriculum card. And I plan and you would work actually very smart. You would not waste time. Both of you will remain very encouraged and looking forward to coming to school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Teacher Joyce, for your time. But before we close, there's something that I'm introducing to the podcast, and I'm calling it the podcast 3. These are going to be 3 questions.
Is that your ambush?
These are going to be 3 questions. You don't have to think about them so much. That I'd like for each of the educator that I ask or that I interview to be able to answer. And so the first question is going to be, what's one belief about education that needs to change, in your opinion?
The teachers are broke.
That needs to change.
It needs to change.
It's not true that teachers are broke.
No.
Are you sure?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a mind that is broke, getting the comfortability, the confinement.
Yes.
Someone thinking that I can't go beyond the classroom to do something or within the school.
Yes.
I honestly feel, even in the little that is being given to you, you can find a way to manage it.
Teachers are not
And
broke.
then also, reward yourself. Go buy that nice shoe. Buy the good dress. I mean, part of the things that we suffered in the local schools were teachers going, oyo byayambala bijja waffe nga abaluddewo tetubirina. You get. And these are people who are supposed to mentor you and you get. So why should my students know that on Monday Miss Joyce will show up in this dress? Tuesday, this is what they will wear. One of my siblings once told me, when I look at you, you're broke.
Can you imagine?
I said, no way. He said, I look at my teacher. He only had one coat.
That's the perception that they have.
That's the perception, the mind that they do have about them. So for me,
teachers are not broke.
No,
they should stop
They
seeing
just
them.
need to work smart and budget and plan for their finances.
Number 2, what's one practice every educator should start, like tomorrow?
Equip yourself. Learn. Keep on your toes. Go back to school if you have to go back to school. Invest and invest and invest and invest in yourself. Yes.
And then lastly, what's one lesson you yourself, Joyce, will carry with you for the rest of your life? One that you have learned and picked up. One lesson.
I feel like there are very many lessons.
But give us one.
I don't know if I should say God's doing or what. One lesson. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You're capable. You have the abilities. For as long as you still have the hands, the legs, the brain to think, walk with your head up high. Step into the world. For as long as you trust what you're doing.
Sure.
That is the right thing to do. And then surround yourself, now that I tell myself even now, surround yourself, Joyce, with people who challenge you to be better. Yes. Because I don't think it's good to remain in the same
comfortable
place. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yes. Thank you so much, Joyce. At this point, we are concluding. Might you have any parting shots for the teachers that you'd like to share?
I am not perfect, really.
Yeah.
I am not perfect. But to look at education or that space as a place where that's the audience that has been trusted with you, that you can either destroy or create, and then pray for direction, honestly, and then find people that can speak into your life, people that can uplift you and hold you accountable.
Sure.
And then also to remember the humble beginnings, where you came from. It's very important.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Joyce.
You're
It's
welcome.
been amazing having you. I'm
Delighted
sure
to
everybody
be
who
here.
has listened to or is going to listen to the podcast is going to be inspired to begin to think, what's my purpose? What's my plan? What is that one thing that, God probably wants me
I'm also
still growing?
inspired.
Awesome.
Thank you
So
for
thank you
hosting
so
me.
much, educators. This has been our episode with Teacher Joyce, who took the courage, stepped out, and did something that many of us are afraid of doing. If you've been able to learn from her, you can like and also leave a comment. But if there is an educator out there that you think you'd like to listen from, please feel free to leave us the name so we can be able to reach out to them, bring them, so you can be able to hear from them and be inspired. It's been our episode. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Bye-bye.